Welcome to Marvelous Epic Stories. In the previous episode 7, we learned about the story of Astika and the tale of Anuru. In this episode, let us discover the great churning of the ocean and the story of mighty Garuda. Let's begin. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Suta Maharshi began to narrate. Kadru and Vinata once saw Uchhaishrava, the divine horse worshipped by the gods, which had emerged during the churning of the ocean for the nectar of immortality. Shaunaka then asked Suta, "Why did the Devas and Danavas churn the ocean? How did so many powerful beings arise at that time? Please explain." Suta replied, "Once, both the Devas and Danavas resolved to churn the great ocean in order to obtain Amrita. Indra, along with Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, and all the gods assembled on Mount Meru to discuss how it could be done. Lord Narayana said to Brahma, 'Use Mount Mandara as the churning rod and Vasuki the serpent king as the rope.' At Brahma's command, Ananta, the serpent of infinity, uprooted Mount Mandara with all his might and placed it into the ocean. Then the great tortoise, or Kurma, supported the mountain on his back. Vasuki was prayed to act as the rope. The gods held Vasuki's tail and the demons held his head, and thus the churning began. From Vasuki's mouth arose blazing poisonous flames and smoke, darkening the skies. When the Devas and Danavas grew exhausted, Lord Narayana granted them immense strength. Soon from the waves emerged the deadly poison Kalakuta. For the welfare of the worlds, Lord Shiva seized the poison with his hand and stored it in his throat. From that moment on, his throat turned blue and he became renowned as Neelakantheshwara. The churning continued. From it arose goddess Jeshtha, the radiant moon who lights all the worlds, the graceful goddess Lakshmi, the divine horse Uchhaishrava, and the sparkling Kaustubha gem from the shimmering waves. Uchhaishrava became the mount of Indra. Lord Vishnu accepted goddess Lakshmi as his consort and kept the Kaustubha gem. Soon after came Suradevi, then the wish-fulfilling Kalpavriksha, the Apsaras, the celestial maidens, the mighty elephant Airavata, the cow of plenty, Kamadhenu, and Lord Dhanvantari carrying the pot of nectar. When the Amrita pot appeared, both Devas and Danavas fought bitterly over it. In the struggle, the demons seized it. Then Lord Vishnu assumed the enchanting form of Mohini. The demons, overwhelmed by her beauty, placed the pot of nectar at her feet and gazed at her in a trance. While the Devas and Danavas quarreled, Mohini distributed the nectar among the gods. At that time, a demon named Rahu disguised himself as a god, mingled among them, and drank the nectar. The sun and moon discovered this and revealed it to Vishnu. Immediately, Vishnu hurled his discus and severed Rahu's head from his body. Since the nectar had not passed beyond his throat, Rahu became immortal from the neck upwards. From then on, Rahu bore hatred for the sun and moon and tried to devour them. These are the eclipses of the sun and moon. When the Danavas realized they had lost the nectar, they waged a terrible war against the gods. A great battle broke out between Devas and Danavas. Vishnu discarded his Mohini form and, wielding his discus, began destroying the demons. With Nara by his side, Narayana together with Nara annihilated the demon armies. Unable to withstand their power, the Danavas fled and hid in the depths of the ocean. Then the gods restored Mount Mandara to its place and entrusted the protection of the nectar pot to Indra. Rejoicing in victory, the gods returned to their heavenly abodes.
Kadru and Vinata once went to the seashore for leisure. From afar, they saw Uchhaishrava, the celestial horse. Kadru said to Vinata, "Vinata, what color is that horse?" Vinata replied, "That horse shines entirely with a radiant white glow." Kadru said,
No, though its whole body is white, its tail looks black. Vinata insisted, no, that great horse's entire form glows white, shining like the light of a divine being. Kadru said, no, the tail is black. Shall we make a bet? If the horse's tail is indeed black, you must serve me as a maid. If not, I will serve you as a maid. Vinata, without hesitation, agreed. All right. When Vinata wanted to go immediately and see, Kadru, fearing the outcome, said nervously, what's the hurry? It's already evening. Let's see tomorrow. Both returned to their homes. Kadru, doubtful about her bet, called her 1,000 sons, the serpent sons, and told them about the wager with her co-wife and asked them to make Uchhaishrava's tail appear black. Otherwise, she would have to become Vinata's servant. But the serpent sons refused to accept such an unrighteous act. Angered, Kadru cursed them. You all shall be burnt to ashes in the great sacrifice of King Janamejaya. The serpent's son stood stunned and silent. Only Karkotaka could not bear a curse. He said, so be it, mother, and secretly made the horse's tail appear black, covering it with his body. The next day, when Kadru and Vinata saw the horse, its tail indeed appeared black. Thus Vinata lost the bet and became Kadru's servant. In due course, from Vinata's second egg was born the radiant Garuda, shining with the brilliance of the sun. Seeing this divine being, Vinata's heart overflowed with joy. The gods, mistaking Garuda for the blazing fire of dissolution, Pralaya Agni, trembled and prayed to Agni to calm down. Agni told them, you have been mistaken. This is not the cosmic fire. This is Vinata's son, the radiant Garuda. The gods then praised Garuda with Vedic hymns to Agni, upon which Garuda withdrew his dazzling light. He bowed at his mother's feet. Vinata blessed her son. But Kadru, burning with jealousy, said, your mother is my servant, you too are my servant. From today, carry my sons upon your back and take them wherever they wish. Serve us. Even Vinata, under compulsion, said, do as she says, my son. Garuda replied, all right. Once Garuda carried the serpent sons on his back and flew high into the sky. Reaching close to the sun, the serpents, scorched by the sun's heat, fell down dead like moths. Kadru, stricken with grief at the loss of her sons, prayed to Indra. Indra showered rain and with those waters revived the serpents. Kadru and her sons then reached an island called Ramaniyaka, surrounded by the salty ocean and home to sea creatures. After spending a few days there, the serpents asked Garuda to take them to another place with fresh water. Garuda, distressed, asked his mother, how long must we live in this slavery, mother? With my sharp beak and mighty wings, I could destroy all these serpents in an instant. What is the cause of this misfortune? Vinata explained to her son the reason for their bondage. Then Garuda asked the serpent princes, tell me, what must I give you or what deed must I do so that my mother and I may be freed from this slavery? The serpent sons replied, bring us the pot of nectar from the gods, defeat Indra and obtain the Amrita Kalasha for us. Only then you and your mother will be freed. Garuda joyfully agreed and went to his mother for permission. He asked her to arrange for food that would grant him enough strength for battle with the gods. Vinata told her son, in the middle of the ocean dwell the Nishadas, who trouble the people of the earth with their wicked deeds. Go, devour them to satisfy your hunger, but never harm a Brahmin. Garuda asked, Mother, how shall I recognize a Brahmin? Vinata replied, a Brahmin is like fire caught in the throat, burning within like a flame. If you devour one, disaster will strike you instantly. But if you win a Brahmin's blessing, all victories will be yours. Taking leave of his mother, Garuda flew to the middle of the ocean and began devouring the Nishadas. Suddenly, flames blazed in his throat. Garuda stopped and said, O best of Brahmins, come out of my throat. Brahmins are always worthy of my respect. In the upcoming episode, we will learn about how Garuda brings the nectar of immortality, Amrita. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more epic stories.